Okay, we're going to start getting into what's called central angles and arc measurements of the intercepted arc, which is if you take the angle from the center point of a circle and extend out to the edges of the circle, wherever the angle crosses the edges, the arc measurement that goes from one side to the other, so in this case from point C to point D, is known as your intercepted arc. And for a central angle, again, meaning that the center point of the circle is the vertex of your angle, whatever the measurement of your angle, the measure of the arc is going to be the same. Okay, so your intercepted arc, that's going to be 125.42 degrees around the circle. The whole circle is 360. Okay, so just from point D to point C is 125.42. And if you were to take a protractor and do the measurement of the central angle, it's going to be the exact same thing. All right, so then the next thing you'll also have an inscribed angle that we're going to talk about next. Okay, so now I've got the inscribed angle up. With the inscribed angle, you may know if you recognize on these numbers, the inscribed angle is going to be exactly half of the intercepted arc and half of the corresponding central angle. Okay, so this inscribed angle, it just means that the point is connected, the vertex is connected on the circle. So this is an inscribed angle. The vertex connects on the circle, and then the endpoints of the angle are also on the edges of the circle, so that makes it an inscribed angle. So whatever this measurement is, the intercepted arc, which is the blue from C to D, is going to be twice as big. So this is 62.71 degrees, so the intercepted arc is going to be double that, which is 125.42. Now when we get into this even further, you'll have setups that look like this, and you'll have just maybe the central angle given to you, and they'll ask you what the inscribed angle is. Okay, so if their endpoints are the same, the inscribed angle is going to be half as big as the central angle, and that's because they're sharing the same intercepted arc. All right, really the relationship is with the arc to the angle, but you can kind of shortcut it if you know what you're doing after you get the hang of it. So since the central angle is the exact same as the intercepted arc, and if you got the same intercepted arc that corresponds with your inscribed angle, then you just divide it by 2 and you'll get the measurement of your inscribed angle. It seems like probably just listening to me explain it to you probably sounds like a lot, but if you look at the number logic of it, it's not that bad. Okay, so central angle, exact same as the intercepted arc. Inscribed angle, half of whatever the degree is of your intercepted arc. That's all there is to it. Do not overthink this. All right, now even further, something else we're going to talk about. This arc from C to D is known as a minor arc. Now, it is a minor arc because it's less than 180 degrees. Anything less than 180 degrees is a minor arc. Anything greater, okay, if we would have went from C back this way around to D, we'd have went all the way around that way, that would be a major arc, okay? Major arcs are going to have, like this is going to be CED. It would use at least three letters to name it. You would have arc CED would be a major arc. If it's just arc CD, you're going to do the quickest way you can get from C to D, and that'll make it a minor arc. But most cases, they're going to be named with 3 letters anyway, if there's letters in between. Like if there would have been a letter here somewhere, they wouldn't have just said arc CD. They probably would have said like CFD or whatever letter would be in the middle somewhere. But that's the other part to it, though. You'll have to understand what the difference between a major and a minor arc is. And just as we move forward, they'll get to where they're a little bit more difficult, but they're not going to be that bad. Now, when you're naming your actual circle, in this case, you have circle A. This would be circle A. It's always based on whatever your center point is as well. So that'll be a question that'll be on your quiz is assignment that you will have tomorrow, and it'll just ask flat out, hey, what's the name of this circle? It's circle A because that's the center point. You don't worry about these. It's not like when you name angles and stuff. It's whatever the center point of the circle is.